Welcome to Realty Check, the podcast about the real lives of agents, lenders, and moms who do it all.
We're here for the honest conversations behind the business, the family, and everything in between. Let's get into it.
Welcome back.
Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to episode 11. We were just talking about that. It's crazy.
We're here.
We're so happy to be here with all of you. 11 episodes in. Every 2 weeks you get one. Every 2 weeks we scramble to make sure that we have an episode to go out.
Yeah.
And we're so excited to do it.
We love it. Do you want to tell us what we're talking about today?
Yeah, absolutely. But first, Amanda, crying? Thriving?
Are we not cold opening?
Oh, I guess we could do that.
Welcome to our life where we just start talking and then we get caught up in it. And then one of us, usually me, and reminding her of hey, I thought we were going to do this first, and then...
Yeah, that sounds about right. So in this episode, we are pulling back the curtain on the mortgage lending landscape. We're going to give you kind of like the down low on the number one wholesale lender for the past 10 consecutive years, United Wholesale Mortgage.
Okay, I like it.
We thought it would be fun to kind of deep dive onto one of the wholesale lenders out there available, because even though you might not hear their name a lot, they are someone who's a big player in the field, and they are affecting what your loan looks like, even if they're not your lender.
For sure. And I think it's so interesting. I've been able to experience them from the agent side. And so I'm really excited to talk about, really deep dive into the nitty gritty, but not too geeky, more like cash on what this whole mortgage lending world looks like.
Yeah.
Because the average person doesn't get to see it.
No, they don't. And I think it's kind of by design, but it's kind of fun to be able to pull back the curtain and give you guys an inside peek.
For sure. So now you may ask me.
Amanda?
Yes.
Are you crying? Are you thriving? What's going on?
Well, right now I'm being driven crazy by my dog. He is literally circling the camera right now because he wants to be let out. But we just had pest control here, and so there's still, poison needs to be. The sun needs to dry it out a little
Dissipate?
bit. Yes, thank you, dissipate. So he's just going to do loop-de-loops for a second. But no, I am doing well. I'm trying to I think that, so we're kind of at the end of the school year here. And so this is one of the more chaotic months in parenting. Yeah. We talked about our dream schedules. We talked about our summer schedules, and we're kind of right in the middle of, we don't get either of those now, right?
We're in limbo.
So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Is I'm trying to survive. So I'm not crying. I'm not thriving. I just am. I like for example, this week I had a sty, but no kids were sick. But then my son did call me to get picked up early today. He's a little bit of a theater kid, but it's okay. It's fine. We love
theatrics.
He's very theatrical. But yes, I'm good. I feel like I haven't shared anything with substance here other than but that's where my brain is at right now, is it's getting pulled in so many different directions. That's my life.
That's kind of like the story of parenthood, running a business, and all the things. So I mean, you're in it.
Yeah,
you're in it.
What about you? How are you doing? Crying, thriving?
Where are we? So we've mentioned before, I am a newer single mom, and so getting used to that transition is still obviously there. I spent my Friday night looking at pictures of my son on my phone like he had passed away, crying. Still got to see him on Saturday because I coach his T-ball team.
Right.
But spent my Friday night crying because he wasn't home. And then Sunday, we had Mother's Day. And honestly, I'm just going to say big shout out to Amanda, because Amanda was one of the reasons why I had a really awesome Mother's Day. In our neighborhood, there is a pool that is it's an associated shape. It's a club pool. So you have to pay fees to be part of it. I've decided that I'm not going to pay the fees to be an actual member of it. Fair. But I will be a mooch and be people's guests all summer long, i.e. Amanda's guest all summer long. Yeah. And so after spending our Mother's Day at monster trucks and festivals, we took a nap. And I was like, Amanda, can I join? And she let us come over and hang out with them. And it made me really excited for summer. I felt like it was a summer test run.
I'm so excited for
because my kids spent like 3 hours in the pool. Like, I mean, off and on because they make the kids get out. But just swimming his heart out.
Yeah.
And when he wasn't swimming, he was playing with kids. And it's like so awesome to know that that's a space that I can be a part of because of you during the summer. Like, they have electricity. I can post up with my Wi-Fi. I'm just going to be there parenting and him having his 90s summer. And I'm so ready for it.
It's going to be so great. And what's really special about our neighborhood too is, you know, we have this swim club, but also all of the kids are in the same sports, like soccer and baseball are in the same neighborhood. So you see everyone at the sports, and then there's 2 main schools in our neighborhood. And so almost all of the kids are at one of those 2 schools. So when you do something like go to this neighborhood swim club, like the kids know a good amount of kids there. So it's very fun. It's going to be a wonderful summer.
And then let me do a not humble brag.
Tell me.
So I ordered pizza to be delivered there, and they call my name on the speaker, and they say, Leni, pizza for Leni. And so I go to walk over and get my pizza, and I'm just walking over there, bipping and bopping, and then I walk past the pool, and I hear a kid talking to their mother, and the kid says, Mom, that's Leni. She's a sponsor. She sponsors stuff. And I did not turn my head, and I was just like, it made me feel like I was on cloud 9. I was like, yes, children, tell your parents about me.
They recognize you from the ball field.
It was awesome.
And the team, having your name on the back of team shirts or whatever.
Yeah.
It'll be...
And my face on the banners because I put my face on there.
Yeah.
And then we were hanging out.
You had such an extroverted moment. You have to understand, those people who are introverts like me, they're gonna understand just my... like I just don't understand how you do this. But yes, go on.
I didn't even realize it was something until she pointed it out.
So she and I
we were posted up on like these like little like plastic chairs right next to the kiddie pool area.
Yeah.
And we're watching the kids swim, and this little like 15-month-old babe came and stood right next to me. So I start like chit-chatting with this babe. Mom started chit-chatting. We're like just going back and forth. Mom walks away for a moment, and Amanda says, "Do you know her?" And I said, "No." And she comes back, and I said, "Hey, I'm Leni." And then we introduced Amanda. We introduced each other, and I say, "Hey, you want to pull up a chair?" So then she pulls up a chair.
She was ecstatic that you asked her to pull up a chair. She was so excited. It was very cute. She was so excited. She was like, "Yeah, I want to pull up a chair."
I was like, "Pull up a chair." And then she started telling us about her business. Amanda very smartly started mentioning what we do for business.
I'm I'm trying to learn from you that you got to just kind of...
You did a great job.
Just say it.
You
just
did
have
a great
to say
job. And then she talked about how she made a Facebook post in the Facebook group for the neighborhood. And I was like, "Oh, I saw that." I said, "I'm going to Facebook friend you." And I Facebook friend her, and we've been messaging on Facebook Messenger now.
You're crazy. Like, it's so weird because I feel like it's not a good analogy because moth to a light is like that's a bad attraction. But you just, as an extrovert, you just attract people to you. Like they look at you sideways and they want to talk to you. It's and then you've got like this whole like orbit around you.
I don't think it's magic. I think people crave community. It's just you need to extend a hand. And I think that's my thing is I extend the hand. Yeah. And I think many people have been burned through childhood or previous experiences that they just are like too afraid to reach that hand out to be, turned down.
To be slapped.
Yeah. But I don't care. Slap me. That's fine. I'll go on to the next person and still extend the hand.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think it's magic.
It's so funny to me because I used to be so extroverted in high school and even college. And then a switch flipped and I was like, I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want, I'm so nervous to talk to anyone. Probably having a bajillion jobs reject me too. I was just I got burned out from rejection. And so I kind of just became a little hermit. And then you came along and you're like, "Hi, I'm adopting you as my introvert friend."
Now, she says I adopted her, but I'm the one who's here 4 days out of the week eating her food. Today I used her shower because I went to the gym.
Yeah.
So, I mean, who adopted who? We're like a dog situation. Have you seen those? The back of cars that say, who adopted who?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's funny. I know. It's fun. I enjoy our friendship.
Me too.
I continue to learn from you on a daily basis.
Thank you. So we're talking about a specific wholesale lender.
Can you, let's zoom out for a second.
Yep.
Can you talk about the difference between like, because you as a broker, I know we've talked about this a little bit in episodes, but you as a broker, you can work with different mortgage companies, but then there are people who like work for a credit union, so they have to be funded by the credit union. So can you talk a tiny bit about the difference? We don't have to go like deep in it, but just so people understand when you say we're going to talk about one of the wholesale.
Of course. So there's different types of lenders out there. There are banks, there are retail, and there is wholesale. So banks are just that. Banks are like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, your local credit union, even though they're not a bank. Essentially, a institution that not only is there to lend and do mortgages, but also does banking. So they hold your checkings, your savings accounts, and things like that. A majority of loans go through banks.
It's still shocking to me because I tell my clients not to use banks if they can for their home lender because there's a lot of rigidity around.
Well, let's look at the 2023 Polygon study that showed that there's an average savings of $10,662 over the lifetime of a 30-year loan for a loan amount of $400,000 when you work with a wholesale lender over a bank. Yeah. There is a savings, and people instantly think, I need to get approved. I bank with yada yada. I should go talk to them. Yeah. But on top of the financial savings, there's a huge savings. Like you said, they can look at different types of loans that a bank wouldn't not normally be able to have access to, right? Yeah. So with a bank, they're stuck with just their pricing, just their structure. Whereas when you work wholesale, as a brokerage, we can go to this person, and I can see, okay, you can offer this for my client, you can offer this, you can offer this. Well, my client needs to close really fast. So I'm going to work with this person. Or, my client wants to use a specific Native American down payment assistance program. I'm going to use this one. And so that's kind of what we do is we look at all the different options out there to make sure that we're matching the right one. Yeah. And it makes it so that I don't have to turn down clients as much as a bank as well. So the rigidity, as you mentioned. But another thing that happens is bank hours. Yeah. So when is your bank open? My bank is open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and from 8 to 1 p.m. on Saturdays.
Yeah, mine's not even open that much. Okay. 8 a.m. is that's even earlier than my bank opens. Yeah.
So that's when my bank's open. So that means that your mortgage professional, if you're working with a bank, is only available during those hours. Yeah. So for instance, I had a client today tell me, hey, me and my husband both want to be there on the phone call, but we aren't home together until 6. Great. I'll make it work. We can talk at 6:30. Yeah. Like, that's something I can do that a bank person, even if they wanted to, could not do.
Right. And that's not saying that every once in a while, bank isn't a good option. Yeah. Like, I have a friend right now, they're going to get their loan through a credit union because they've been, like, members of this credit union for, like, 40 years. And so they're getting, like, a 4% interest rate. Yeah. Unheard of amount. So, but that's like a very rare situation. Yeah. And oftentimes, especially in competitive markets, when I, as an agent, want to make our offer competitive by saying like, hey, let's have our loan contingency be a little bit shorter, our appraisal contingency be a little shorter. If I'm working with you as a wholesaler or like as a broker, I know that because you work all these different hours that we can make it happen. Yeah. Whereas a bank, I get a little bit more nervous about cutting our contingencies because we're losing our weekend hours. We're losing this, we're losing that.
Well, let's say you as a consumer, you as a buyer are wanting to put an offer on a house and you're wanting to put an offer on Saturday, right? Usually,
where's that pre-approval coming from?
Where's that pre-approval coming from? And then second of all, a nice thing that I do for my clients is when a pre-approval letter is going out, I message the buyer's agent and I say, hey, thank you so much for letting me know about the offer going out. Do you want to send me the listing agent's contact information so that I can call them and speak about their pre-approval? Because then I'm going to the listing agent and saying, hey, I'm Leni with Hawkins Home Loans. You probably just saw my client's offer go in for this company with this agent. Just wanted to give you my direct contact information, let you know that they're fully pre-approved. I've reviewed all of their documents and they're ready to go. Do you have any questions?
And as a listing agent, that is just a godsend. I try, if I can avoid showing my client, discussing an offer with my client until after I've talked to the lender, I try to, as long as it's like, like if it's someone like you, I can get a hold of them. If it's a bank, then sometimes I have to talk to my client about the offer before I get to talk to the lender. And part of that conversation is, I don't know how strong this pre-approval is because I haven't had a chance to talk to the lender yet.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And what's the interesting thing is, what we just kind of mentioned earlier is like most people use banks is only 25% of all loans are done through the wholesale market. 75% of loans are done through retail or they're done through bank.
Okay, so is that regional? Like, I mean, I'm sure that
This is
stat is national, but like, do you see that regionally as well? Or would you say that, retail is more prominent in the Midwest, whereas wholesale we see a lot in the Sacramento area? Because
That's a really good question, and I wish I knew that off the top of my head, especially since I mainly focus California.
Yeah.
I think it's still predominantly bank and retail.
Okay.
But wholesale has been growing. So to be very honest, it was a very different market before the shutdown. Not shutdown, the big crash. Big bust.
08 bust. Yeah.
So before, I would say it was closer to around like 60% was wholesale.
Okay.
But the thing is, it was the Wild West.
Yeah.
I am not exaggerating. People would be literally having all these other jobs and to be like, oh yeah, and I do loans. Because guess what? They didn't have to be licensed. They didn't have to have any kind of like licensing or structure beneath them. It was crazy. They could do these, they were called ninja loans. No income, no job loans.
What?
Yes, that's why most of those loans crashed. They were ninja loans, no job, no income loans, and then they had a 8-year balloon payment. So after
God.
So yeah, they had 8.
You kind of forget you have a mortgage after 8 years, and then you get a balloon payment.
Yes, that's why everyone lost their houses during that time.
Yeah.
So they did a whole new restructure, and during that time, most brokers and most people who were independent left the industry. Right? And so they left the industry. They had to get licensed. And here you are telling a good old boy that he's been doing this for 20 years and now he has to get a license.
God.
Yeah, no.
He says no thanks.
He says no thanks. So it completely changed the market. And so everyone also felt distrustful. Yeah. And so where do they go? They go to who's holding their money. They go to banks. I could
see that.
And so there's been a pendulum switch to banks after that. Okay. Now, since then, the wholesale market has grown exponentially.
Yeah.
I would say back in 2016, when I started, it was very small. It was only like 10 to 12%. So it's doubled. It's doubled in the past decade.
Okay, in a decade.
Yeah, it's doubled in a decade. So we're closer around 25% now.
Can I do just a quick pause, like a quick plug? Just because I think that it's interesting. So right now I'm reading a book called 1929 about the 1920s market crash.
Yeah.
The book is written by Andrew Sorkin. He also wrote a book, I haven't read it yet, but it's on my to-read list, called Too Big to Fail. And it is about the housing crash. So I just in case, because I know, big readers out there. So in case anyone who listens is interested, I'm looking forward to reading that book. So that's a book that you can read, and he goes
Too Big to Fail?
Too Big to Fail.
Okay. So anywho, long story long to say, so that's what's going on. Long story longs. So wholesale isn't most loans, but because it's a growing percentage, it's something to pay attention to.
Okay.
On top of it, within wholesale, United Wholesale Mortgage is the number one lender. They make up 40% of the entire wholesale market currently.
They're massive. Like they are, and they're good at what they do.
They are good at what they do.
They're good at we talk about relationship building. From what I've seen, outside perspective as an agent, they seem to really, really work their relationships with their broker lenders very strongly.
They did. So a majority of wholesale lenders have a retail proponent. Meaning that they actually have their own loan officers and they do their own loans.
So they can do both? Like they're available to do the wholesaling, but also, okay.
So for instance, back in 2020, I worked with the top two, which was Rocket and UWM.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was working with both of them. The thing is, Rocket, they had their own retail portion, and there's a few other companies that I could mention. I'm trying to decide if I want to mention them. I won't mention them right now.
As an agent, if I see Rocket, I'm warning. As a listing agent, I'm warning my. Why?
Yeah. I mean, I know why. I want to hear why your why is.
So, from what I have heard about Rocket mortgages, they overpromise and underdeliver.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's a lot of delays, and things just don't come to fruition that we're told would come to fruition.
Yeah.
So I personally, from my very limited experience as an agent of one, feel that I don't see it as a strong pre-approval when I see Rocket. I see it as a weak pre-approval with a company that might not deliver on.
Let me just
what it
say
says.
these are solely our opinions.
Yes.
And they do not speak on the general ability of a company.
No.
These are just our very, very limited
opinions. I am but merely an agent who sees pre-approvals and a very limited amount of. So I
was working with both of them.
Okay.
In 2020 quite heavily. I started to know the difference between the underwriting experiences. And then in 2021, so again, what was happening with retail, and I don't think I explained this yet, but in retail was I would work with a company who was a wholesale lender. They would have their own retail. So 6 to 8 months after I closed a loan, sometimes those company would then start giving their retail loan officers my files and say, hey, reach out to them so we can refinance them.
Oh, hi, Zillow. Oh, wait, did I say that out loud?
So it would take it from you. And it was really messed up because then it's like, who is your client?
Yeah.
And UWM has decided our client are the brokers.
Yeah.
That's what they've said. And so they have no retail footprint whatsoever. If you go to UWM's website right now as a home buyer wanting to use them, they will send you to their brokersarebetter.com website, which will give you a list of local lenders close to you.
That's cool.
They do not do anything for themselves.
Yeah.
They solely throw it back to the broker.
Yeah.
And so UWM did a crazy move in 2021. In 2021, they put out a contract because every company they work with, you have a contract with them. In their contract, they said, if you work with Rocket or these other companies that have retail and are doing you a disservice, we will no longer work with you.
What?
Yes. UWM said if you are using Rocket because they are doing a disservice to the broker industry by trying to steal your loans in their retail,
that can't be legal for them to.
It's a huge lawsuit going on right now.
Okay, it's ongoing right now.
It's crazy because then they find people who broke it and then they're suing. It's a crazy thing happening right now.
This is so insane. Oh, the tea. Yeah. See, you listen to this podcast to get the insider tea.
Yeah. So
it's insane.
So there's literally a Facebook group and it's like blank against, it's like Rocket versus UWM, and like people are just shit talking. They are shit talking so much on there. They talk bad about everyone, which way. And like, I understand that it was crazy that UWM did that.
It's crazy.
It's crazy
they did. I mean, like...
And I thought about it. Lori and I discussed it. Like, okay, well, are we going to give up Rocket? Like, we send a lot of loans there. Like, are we going to give up this company? We send a lot of loans there.
Yeah.
But then when we thought about it, we're like, UWM's not wrong.
Sure.
They are taking our clients.
Yeah.
It's not doing the best.
Well, I just said that I don't like Rocket. I just think it's wild that they made the decision for you.
They made the decision for us.
That's the wild part to me. It's not that I like Rocket. It's just
I know. Isn't that
wild.
crazy?
Okay, cool.
And so
wow.
Then it was called the All-In. That's what it
The
was called.
all-in?
Yes.
Okay.
So then you were, if you
all-in
stayed
contract.
with UWM, you said you were all in for broker, meaning that you didn't want to work with companies that also like were stealing your loans.
Okay.
I know. It was crazy.
Which kind of cuts the number of
Lenders?
companies that you can work with.
Yeah. But the thing is, again, those companies were going and stealing loans from us. And so it was like this big back and forth.
I feel like it would be like if Homes.com said, if you take any leads from Zillow, we are, you're not allowed to have your membership through us.
Yeah, very similar.
I mean, it's not quite that in depth, but I'm trying to think about like an agent, comparison.
I know. It's a crazy concept that they did. It's crazy that they're actually suing some people for it.
Yeah.
It's real interesting.
So UWM is suing some people that they found using Rocket Mortgage still?
It's crazy.
I just don't see that their contract is going to hold up. I don't know.
I don't know. Since 2021 and we're in 2026.
I guess. Okay, cool.
So anyways, so that's kind of what's happening. And what's also crazy, which maybe people don't know, is that so when you buy a house or when you get a loan, most of them do not have prepayment penalties, right? So if you get an FHA loan or a conventional loan, if you go ahead and refinance, there's no cost to you.
Yeah,
right?
Or pay off your loan early.
There's no issue, But from a mortgage broker's perspective, if my client buys a house or gets a loan and within 6 months goes and refinances or sells that house and gets rid of the loan, most companies, I would say about like 90%, I would have to repay my commission.
That's also wild to me. Like that is just like a...
So it's not a cost to my client, but it is a cost to me.
Well, for sure.
So then it comes down to...
So then now you're having to warn your clients, hey, please don't pay off your home in the next 6 months.
Or if you are, use me so that it at least evens itself out, right?
Yeah.
So like for instance, let's say a client bought and for some reason interest rates were like 8% and like within like 3 months they dropped to like 4%. I'm not going to advise my client not to refinance.
Sure.
All I ask is that they use me again.
Okay, but
so then it balances it out.
It's not balancing out though. You're still getting paid 50% what you should be getting paid.
50 is better than 0.
I know, but what I'm saying is
I've had to pay back before. It sucks.
It's a flaw in the system.
Yeah.
I'm upset for you for the flaw in the system.
I know.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, and you're trying to make the best. You're living in the world that you are handed right now. But I hate it for you. Okay.
So anywho, I feel like I've given you a lot of information outside of UWM, but also inside within.
This is good. This is good. I'm liking it.
But why do I like UWM? So whenever you work with a lender, we have a dedicated account executive. So it's usually the person that takes my phone calls, takes my emails, tries to razzle dazzle me to continue using their company, right? So with UWM, I currently have an AE named Jake. Shout out Jake. You're awesome. Love you.
Just had his second kid.
They're doing amazing.
Yeah.
So Jake's great. And essentially his job is to keep us happy. Keep us happy and keep us using them, right? So whenever they roll out new tools or new programs, he's the one who's calling me to let me know. When I have a question about something, I'm texting him or calling him and he's getting back to me. Things like that. It's nice having someone like that. When I did a conference, Lori and I sponsored a conference in LA last year. He came out to LA and he helped us set up everything for it.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So like above and beyond.
Yeah.
Pre-2020, a lot of AEs were flying out to visit us to like talk to our team and pay for our lunches and things like that. Obviously that's slowed down since COVID. They also have really cool tools that I personally like. So credit reports are a really big cost to mortgage brokers. I think it's like $32 for a single soft pull, one bureau pull right now. So
that adds up.
There's soft pull and there's hard pull. So a A 3-bureau full pull usually costs me about $140.
And you usually do soft pulls before you do your hard pull.
And I usually do a 1-bureau soft pull, so that's at $170 as a whole.
Yeah.
On top of everything else. And again, that's the thing I do for my clients, whether they follow through or not, right?
Yeah.
I'm not charging my clients for that. What EWM has done is they've made free credit reports, meaning that it's not charged to the borrower and it's not charged to me. And so that's...
That you can use for like the in replacement of the soft pull?
Of the hard pull.
Oh, of the hard pull.
Yeah.
That's great.
So that made me, instead of having $170, it's now just $32 when I use them. So that's pretty nice.
That's very nice.
They have a home value estimator tool. So, you know, for sometimes with refinances, I can use that in place of an actual appraisal.
Okay.
So that's also cost savings. Appraisals cost usually about $600, $600 to $1,000, depending on. And so that's saving the client money there. We have something called Track Plus, which is their in-house title and escrow. And I could use them for purchases, but like...
It doesn't make as much sense,
doesn't
right?
make as much sense, especially because usually the listing agent picks who they pre-escrow with. But for my refinances, it's saving my clients like $1,000 to $2,000 on fees. So I mean, it's a good savings.
Yeah.
Another thing I really like.
Have you ever like ran the numbers of how much a client could save with Track Plus for a purchase?
No.
I would be really curious. Maybe you and I can talk about that once. I would just like to compare apples to apples and see what that would look like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who knows? Maybe, I mean, I'm here to save my clients money and streamline the process.
We can absolutely look at that.
I just want to
another thing I really like what they do is I can do TBD files. So UWM has gamified the system. So within their system, I log in, they have it set up like a freaking video game, and my little ADHD brain loves it. So I get points. If you watch this video, you get these points. If you close your file within a certain, if you get clear to close within a certain amount of time, you get points.
They give you little awards too, right? Like, you are cleared to close in 2 days.
Yeah, they give me a little awards.
It's like email.
A game.
Yeah.
And these points, I can use them to help my client. So when I use them, it can be used to have my client's file get moved to the top of the order in the underwriting review. So like, let's say...
It's like straight on gamification.
It is gamification. I'm like, oh, I can use these points to then put it to the top of the pile so mine's reviewed in the next hour. So I can have clear to close same day.
I love that.
And things like that, right? Or I can use those points for other things like file review. So let's say I have a client and they own multiple businesses and I know how to review taxes. Do I want to review taxes to that detail? No. Also, it doesn't matter if I know how to do it. It matters if the underwriter knows how to do it, right? So instead of me spending hours upon hours, I'll get my idea of what it should be. And then I will send all of the tax documents to the underwriter to then review it and let me know what they're calculating for income. Because then I know for a fact that when this client goes to buy their house, it's not a question of if the underwriter's doing it correctly, because I've already had it reviewed. And if they didn't do it correctly, I can fight them back and forth beforehand.
Yeah.
So, or if a client has a work visa for the U.S. and I don't know if that specifically will work for a certain type of loan, I can have it reviewed beforehand.
But you have to use your points for that stuff?
I have to use my points for that. Yeah, well, I have like 88,000 points right now.
Okay. But do most brokers have 88,000 points?
Maybe. I don't know what they have. Another thing that I can use points for, which I don't really have to because I'm at a certain tier with them now, is lock extensions. So when you go to buy a house, a lock extension matters. So if you usually want to lock for just enough time, but not too little time, because for every day that you extend a lock, it's more expensive.
Yeah.
So you want your client to get the best interest rate possible. So when I'm locking your loan and you have a 22-day contract, I want to lock it as close to 22 days as possible.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes things happen. Let's say you have an FHA loan and you find out that your house has some dry rot that needs to get taken care of before it can close. Well, that might push out escrow another 7 days. I can get that for free rather than charging my client.
Yeah.
And that's saving them $1,800, if not more.
Yeah.
So those are all things that I've personally really liked about EWM. Another really big thing, I'm actually going there next week. They hold conferences, free conferences. So on top of the free conferences, they hold classes. So if I want to learn how to be an underwriter, because having that under my tool belt is really important.
That would be so cool.
I can go there and go to a class. And guess what? They have free food for me. They have a hotel for me to stay at. They have all these different things. So I can just go there, focus on learning, and then come back and do better.
Yeah.
And
do you get like some sort of certification? Like, do you get some sort of like if you took a underwriter class, would you get like some sort of underwriter certification?
Probably, but what am I gonna do? Just hang that in my house for me to stare
I
at?
don't know.
I always think that when I have things, I'm like I have this like glass award, and it just sits next to my TV in my house. Like, no one sees this. It's just for me. I always wonder, like, what does Beyonce do with her awards? They just sit in the bathroom? Like, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't have a giant office that people visit.
That's true.
So anywho, that's really cool. And in the last few years, they've started offering realtor classes.
Yes.
And so if you are a partner of someone who uses UWM, they can take you on essentially an all expense paid trip to Pontiac, Michigan. Which is like
what a treat, what a dream.
What a dream. 45 minutes from Motown. And you can go there for 2 days and learn about different things available to you, learn about different like social media, or even just meet real estate agents from around the country.
Yeah.
And get their insight.
Yeah.
And then it's something that's a benefit to my real estate agent partners. Mm-hmm. It's a benefit to me because my agents know that I'm able to connect them with tools like that. Mm-hmm. And it's a benefit to the clients because then they're getting that quality as well.
Yeah.
What did you think about your trip out?
Yeah, so you took me out there.
I did.
And that was like really special and really fun. I had a blast. So it was as if, so UWM's campus
Oh yeah, their campus
is massive. So essentially,
they have the longest sky bridge in the United States.
Yeah, well, it gets freaking cold there, so they probably need. I mean, because their campuses take up multiple city blocks.
It's the one block, they take up all four corners of it now.
Yeah.
So what is that? 4 blocks essentially.
Four city blocks worth of campus. It's like if you were, as an agent, it's like if I were to be invited to Apple's campus and just got to hang out with the people who work at Apple for a couple of days. Like, that's how it felt, and it was really, really fun. So, first of all, it was just it's nice to get out and network. It's nice to go take a trip. So loved that. And the campus is really cool. Like, you get to take a tour of the campus. You go to see, they've got basketball courts. They have multiple cafeterias. They
have like game rooms.
I was
going
to say, I feel like there were sleeping pods, but there weren't sleeping pods. That's Apple. But it feels like they're like, they would have all of the innovative stuff there. Yeah, game rooms. And then as you're taking your tour, you get to go and see the underwriting like wing, the block, and you just walk into this room and you almost can't see the last person in the last desk on the other side of the room because it is so vast.
Yeah.
It's huge, and all these underwriters are working on different files and all those things. And then I got to meet your account manager, and they take us out to dinner, and then they are building that relationship with us. So now I trust him. I trust you using UWM because I've met them.
Yeah.
And I've seen how they operate and how they work, which is incredible. And then what else did we do? Oh, then we had our actual class, which, it's just like all real estate conferences. It's like, okay, the classes are fine, but it's more about the networking and the experience. So first of all, networking with all of the agents that you guys took with you. Like, I'm like Darcy. Darcy was on that trip, and she and I are great buddies now. When it comes to doing agent stuff in locally. And then again, this is because you took me before we were like, you were showering in my house clothes. But we went to the bathroom and you just struck up conversation with another group, another 2 people that were there. And it was another agent with her lender that brought her, and I friended them on Facebook. And, now I have a lender and agent partner in Washington. And so it was just a really really cool experience. But I mean, my getting to go out there is one of the reasons I wanted to do this episode, knowing that you're about to go back out too, kind of reminded me. But I didn't really understand what UWM was. I didn't understand how wholesaling worked until I got to go and experience it. And it was really, really awesome to be a part of that. And
it really is like if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Because as a lender, when I call listing agents, sometimes they flat out ask me, like, who are you planning on sending this loan to?
That's a good question.
I get asked that quite regularly.
Yeah.
Who are you thinking about sending this loan to? And I'm like, well, I have a few different options. And then they're like, yeah, but who are you really thinking? And I'm like, all right, I'm considering sending it to UWM. And they'll be like, okay, good. So it's been pre-underwritten? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, okay, cool. Yeah. And honestly, it's really reassuring to a lot of people.
Yes.
Because like I said, because of my relationship with them, on top of them just being quick, my files are reviewed same day.
Yeah.
Like and if I need it done faster, I can get it pushed to the front of the line and have it reviewed within 2 hours. Like they're working at 5 a.m. our time. So loans, I can get pre-approvals done before I even wake up for the day to start working.
Also, it's Michigan, so they don't really have like as good labor laws as California. So
No, they don't.
They work longer hours than we do here too.
Yeah, that's also true. Sorry.
But we're gonna take advantage of it.
Yeah. But from the client's perspective, they have a lot of really cool things too. So that's why I know I'm doing well when I send a client there. So personally, when I bought my house last time, I wanted it to go through UWM because my loan is currently held by UWM.
Okay. They didn't sell it off?
So UWM recently changed their thing. They're not selling off any of their loans currently.
Really?
Yeah.
That's huge too.
Because their thing was that when a loan gets sold to another company like Mr. Cooper or things
Chase
like
Bank
that,
or wherever.
Chase Bank, those clients instantly start getting called.
Yes.
Right?
Wells Fargo, ours, after we purchased our home and then it got sold to Wells Fargo and then Wells Fargo.
But it also makes people nervous because when they find out that their loan is sold and they're not used to this is their first time buying a house, they're like, why? Why is my loan sold? So it was
not only that, but then you're like, I just figured out who I was supposed to send my money to, and now 6 weeks later, you're changing all of this on me? Yeah.
So they're not selling their loans currently.
Okay. Is that like we're testing this out, see how it goes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're not selling any of their loans anymore to the open market.
That's interesting.
They have live customer service, which I really like as well. I will tell you guys, I stay a pretty cool-headed person, but when I call like Best Buy or something and it just continues to be a robot talking to me and I cannot.
I had to call my pest control company this last week because they said they were coming and they didn't come and they didn't tell me they weren't coming. They didn't come. When I called, AI customer service picked up. It didn't sound robocall. It sounded like a person, but I could tell it was AI. Yeah. And she was like, let me see how I can help you with that. And I was just like, oh God. Oh no, no.
My ears get hot. I get so angry. And when someone's calling their mortgage company, you're not calling because something good is happening.
No.
You're calling because you're stressed.
I've heard you call the customer service line before. Yeah.
Yeah, I call them. Yeah. I call them all the time.
Yeah.
They just called me. Another thing that they recently did was if you are a renter out there, you probably already heard of this. If you're not a renter, you might not have. There's a company called Built. Have you heard of Built?
Isn't that a workout company? Like a workout clothing company?
No, maybe there's another one called Built, but this one is called Built.
Okay, tell me.
And I have friends, and they were telling me about it because at their rental property, essentially, if you pay for your mortgage through your Built card, it gives you points that can be used towards
gamifying.
They're gamifying paying your rent. So they gamified paying your rent. So you can use this. So if you pay through Built, it'll build you points that you can then use towards either getting you can save up your points to use towards paying your mortgage in the future for a payment. You can use it towards getting discounts on certain things. You can build points to get a gift card for a certain restaurant.
Dang.
UWM is now utilizing that for their mortgage payments. So if you choose to pay your mortgage through the Built program, you can actually build points.
So it was for renters, and now it's also being
Used for
offered to homeowners.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I know. So I feel good when I send a client to EWM.
Yeah.
I don't worry about their client experience. And guess what? If they have a bad client experience, I can call EWM.
Yeah.
I send enough loans there that they will listen.
Yeah.
Like, Lori, we're going out to this trip. Lori just called out to be part of a beta test for a new program.
Nice.
And so we're going to go to that while we're
Nice.
out there. And so, like, it's nice because even though they're a large company, they take our input into consideration.
That's what I'm saying is, as an outsider, as an agent, they really value relationship.
So, but anywho, I know it's really weird that we're spending an episode fangirling about one company, but like I said, whatever UWM does, other companies tend to follow. And so knowing who they are, knowing what they're doing is really important to me. And it's really important for me to educate others because even if you're not directly using them, what they're doing is affecting you. So another cool thing that's currently going on, and I have it going on until June 1st, June 30th? June 1st? I think it's June 1st, is that we are offering a 1.0 lender buy down. So a temporary rate buy down is something that means that we're going to lower your interest rate, quote unquote, for like a certain period of time. So a 1.0 buy down means that we're lowering your interest rate by 1% for the first year. And usually how that works is usually you get that credit and it sits in an escrow account. And then whatever the difference in the interest rate would be in payment, it's pulled out monthly to cover that portion, right? So usually that's covered by the seller. You get a seller credit to cover that. But right now, instead of that, UWM is offering it as a lender credit.
Yeah, that's great.
And so right now, if you are looking, and I'm just spitballing here, I'm not actually looking at numbers today, but let's say you were to get an FHA loan and it was going to be 5.75%. That means that for the first year, your payment is set at 4.75%.
Which is amazing.
Yeah. Because then it lets you ease in
A little bit of breathing room.
a little bit of breathing room for that first year. Because let's all face it, the first year of owning your home is probably the most expensive. And then second of all, if the market changes, you can still refinance.
Yeah. I just looked it up, and it's good until June 30th. So
June 30th.
Possibly, if someone is listening to this, they might still be able to take advantage of it.
Yeah. And here's the thing. If you think that this might be something you're interested in, or you've been on the fence about purchasing and you just want to see what that would look like for you, reach out to me. I'm happy to go over the options with you. And again, maybe when it comes down to it, we might use UWM, we might not, but just knowing that this is one of the things in our tool belt is really important.
Yeah, for sure. And I just had a buyer's consult this week, and I loved the phrase they used. They said they were home buying curious. They were home buying curious. They're like, we just want to see like where everything stands.
Yeah.
And so I explained the home buying process to them, and then checked them over to you. Because I said, like, Leni's going to be the one to help you see how strong you are financially right now. And if there's anything that you need to do to make yourself stronger before we're ready to house hunt, she's going to be able to help set that up for you, like give you your game plan so that we're ready to rock and roll when it's time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, love it.
Yay.
Yay, we did it.
Thanks for listening to our episode. This has been really fun.
It was a little geeky.
It was really geeky, and I know that we don't go heavy into like the real estate mortgage side of things, but I think it's important for you guys to stay educated on this
And
too.
you got a little bit of the tea, the mortgage tea.
The mortgage tea. There's
it.
always drama, and I'm always eating my popcorn, following along with it.
I love the drama.
Well, thank you, Amanda. I love you.
I love you too. And thank you guys for listening. We will see you next time.
Peace.
That's Realty Check. Real lives, real estate, and the conversations most people do not want to have.
We'll talk soon.